Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Kulkarni from Universal Public School. So let us start the second part of the 6th chapter of 10th standard history, that is entertainment and history. Before proceeding, let us have a quick review whatever we have seen in the part 1. So we have seen in the part 1 what is an entertainment. Entertainment is something by involving in which or by participating in which you will feel happy or your mind will get fresh. Okay, there are two types of entertainment. One is active and another is passive. The active type of entertainment is that in which your physical and mental participation is there, and for example, you're singing or you're playing the game, sport, or you're dancing. Okay, and the passive type of entertainment is that only where your mental participation is there, like listening to music, then watching TV or watching sports on your TV, etc. Okay, then we have seen why do we need entertainment. By entertaining ourselves. See, entertainment is must, just to get out of our routine life, to get our mind fresh, or and whenever we have that, whenever we involve in any type of entertainment task, so there our physical and mental performance will increase, our efficiency will increase, and definitely by playing sports and games our personality development will happen. And in traditionally in Indian tradition we have different festivals, okay, sports and dance, etc., and it's been coming over a period of time, since ancient time, and it's becoming continue in the modern period also. Then next we have the folk theatre. So there we have seen the puppets. Puppets are of different types. Even the puppets are being found in the archaeological sites of Harappan civilization and Egypt and Greece. The puppets are of different types: wooden puppets, wool, leather, cloth, okay, horns. And there are two different traditions. One is Rajasthani, another is South region. Okay, and the artists are allocated in different part of the country. Okay, then we have seen the Dashavatar theatre. The play or the folk theatre in Maharashtra, in which the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu are going to be played. The mask is done with the wooden. Okay, so that we have seen in last class. Then we have next is bhajan. Bhajan is singing the devotional songs, or by praising the God or chanting God's name or mantras. Okay, and it will be done along with the instruments like tal and mridangam. Tal we know, okay, and then mridangam. And there are two different types of bhajans. One is chakri bhajan, another is songi bhajan. See, chakri bhajan is that in which the people are moving in a round circular manner. Okay, by moving in a circular manner, people sing the song along with the musical instruments. And in a songi bhajan, people sit, and the devotees are involved in that. Okay, then next we have kirtan. So kirtan is basically the Narad Muni is said to be founder of the kirtan tradition, and later we have different kirtankars who have come in India. Okay, the kirtankar should have the knowledge of the different instruments, song, singing, okay, and good sense of humor he should have. Okay, and the kirtankar should present himself in the traditional attire. Okay, then there are two different types of kirtan. One is Naradiya Kirtan or Haridasi, second is Varkari. So in Haridasi Kirtan is solo performance. Okay, a single person narrates or he sings the Kirtan, and it has two different parts. That is Purvaranga and second is Uttaranga. Purvaranga is the initial part and Uttaranga is the later part. In Purvaranga you have Naman during Namaskar, explaining the main theme and introduction of the main theme, and explaining the main theme comes in the Purvaranga. And in Uttaranga the narration of the stories, cracking some jokes, so that comes in the Uttaranga. Okay, then you have something called as Varkari, so where the mass of people are needed. Okay, then Kirtan has played a very important role in the life of in the life of the people of Maharashtra, where the social awareness has been brought with so many people by this kirtan. Okay, and next today in part 2 we are going to continue with Lalit. Okay, and Lalit is an old form of entertainment in Maharashtra. It belongs to the tradition of Naradiya Kirtan. What is Naradiya Kirtan? it involves a solo person who is narrating or singing the songs. Okay, and two types it has. It has two parts, and one is Purvaranga, second is Uttaranga. So Lalit is a part of that. So it is quite popular in Goa and Konkan. Okay, during the performance of Lalit on the occasion of religious festivals, it is presumed that the preceding deity of the festivals is present on the throne, and then she invoked for fulfilling the desire. The invocation continues as follows: let everybody be granted their desire, let every village live in happiness, till we perform next Lalit. So this Lalit, you can this is a type of kirtan, you can say, but you can relate with your something we call, or not exactly, but we can relate it with your Gondal kind of thing, where the people worship a goddess, okay, by performing the spiritual the customs, and there they wish that everybody should be live happily until we perform the next Lalit. Or you can have the Kalas. Okay, the Kalas are well known. So what are these Kalas? So these are the the type of Lalits, not exactly Lalit, but these are the types of Lalits which are performed during the religious festivals, and there they perform these Lalits for the fulfillment of their desires, or they can say the entire village should live in happiness. Okay, so you can say the Kalas and Gondals, you can relate with Dalit. Okay, let nobody minds to spilt the prejudice, let all the transactions happens with clear minds, let the community's behavior with a price. The Lalit is performed in a theatrical style. The stories of Krishna, Rama and great devotees are presented during the performance. A few texts of Lalit are available in Hindi as well. Lalit forms a part of that backdrop of modern Marathi theatre. So you can how you can relate with the Gondal or the Kalas, where the different spiritual customs been performed, and it will be done in the theatrical manner, as the Ram Leelas, what they the people perform during the Dashara in Delhi. Okay, so the main difference between bhajan and Lalit is that, see, the characteristics we have it's been tabulated in the table. The characteristics is that the bhajan is accompanied by the instruments. Okay, in bhajan we have the instruments like the tal and brandangam. Okay, and chanting the God's name. Okay, whenever we say bhajan, we are singing the God's name, or we are praising the God. Okay, and song in praise of God. Okay, and what is a Lalit? It is presumed that the presiding deity of festivals is presented, and then she invokes for the fulfillment of the desire. So what is Lalit? These are the spiritual customs where we are performing, and along with that, the theoretical manner, we are playing the songs. Okay, then examples of the bhajan are Chakri bhajan and Songi bhajan, and the Lalits are mainly popularly are being performed in the Goa and Konkan region. And Lalit, you can say it's a type of Naradiya Kirtan. Okay, and next you have is Bharud. Okay, Bharud is it's very famous in Maharashtra because there are so many saints been happened in Maharashtra. So we have Saint Eknath, Jnaneshwar. Okay, so these have been composed Bharud. And what is Bharud actually? So these are the songs which are being composed on the God, or by praising the God. Okay, Bharud can be described as a metamorphic song that has spiritual and ethical lessons. Okay, then we should know what is the difference between Bharud and Bhajan. So in Bhajan you have only chanting the name of God or praising the God, but in Bharud, along with the praising the God, you have ethical lessons also, like dharma, karma, the truth. Okay, how you should live the life. Okay, the general way how you should live the life in the dharma's way. So ethical lessons also can be represented in Bharud. But whereas in Bhajan, the gods only, we are singing the songs by praising the God. Okay, Bharud is comparable to the style of road show. Bharuds composed by Saint Eknath are popular in Maharashtra because of its wide range of subjects. dramatic quality, easy rhythm and humor. Saint Eknath composed Bharud with a purpose of educating people on various aspects of life. So what is Bharud? They are songs describing the spiritual and ethical lessons. Okay, and Saint Eknath is the most popular, saint who is very famous in Maharashtra for spreading the various aspects of life, and they are very easy. They have the dramatic quality and easy rhythm. Okay, and next we have something called as tamasha. Tamasha is a Persian word. Okay, it means pleasant sight, pleasing sight. Matlab it should be pleasing to the eyes. Okay, where by looking at which you will feel it is more pleasant to your eyes. Tamasha developed as an independent art form in the 18th century by absorbing various traits of folk theatre and classical art. Okay, so there are what is tamasha? It has been evolved as a new kind of folk art form, independent type of art form by absorbing many various folk theatres and classical art. Okay, so there are two different types of tamashas, that is one Sangeet Bhari and Dholakiya Fad. Then dance and music are the most important than drama in a Sangeet Bhari. Okay, so as the name itself implies, Sangeet Bhari, what is Sangeet? It's a music. Okay, the dance and music are the most important part of the part rather than the drama or the dialogues in Sangeet Bhari. The tamasha with the drama as a main part was developed later. Okay, it included a wag. Okay, the dramatic part little later. The wag becomes very lively and entertaining because of its spontaneous humor. The show began by singing the praise of Lord Ganesha, known as Gana. It is followed with the presentation of Gaulad. Okay, now the definition of tamasha has been changed, but actually tamashas were it's earlier. See, if you see how the revolution has been happened, and evolution has been happened. First we had only bhajans, where the praising of God only we were singing. Then later we had bharuds. What's bharuds? Where along with the gods praising, we had some ethical along with the spiritual, we have given some ethical lessons also, ethical songs also been presented in Bharud. And later we had tamasha. So in that with the songs and music, some dramatic part has been included. Okay, so there in Sangeet Bhari the main focus is given on the dance and music. Okay, then the second part of the tamasha present by the Wag, the popular plays like Vichcha Maji Puri Kara and Gadhvache Lagna are examples of modern forms of tamasha. So even the movies has been come on that, but the Gadhvache Lagna and Vichcha Maji Puri Kara were the very famous tamashas of olden days. Then next you have Pawada. See, Pawada is a dramatical narration by the alternatingly reciting poetry or the prosaic extracts. The Pawada narrates the great deeds of heroic men and women in a very forceful and inspiring style. Okay, so Pawadas are like Bharuds. Okay, then what is Pawada? See, in Bharud we are singing the songs. Okay, with the music by giving the spiritual and the realistic aspects of life. So there we are the main difference between Pawada and Bharud is that in Bharud we were only singing about we were only narrating about the gods praising words, but in Pawada we are in a dramatical way, we are narrating about the people, the great people. Okay, and we know very famously we are known for the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Pawada. We have Tanaji Pawada. Okay, the Pawada is composed by the Atnyan Das, a contemporary poet of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, narrating the incidents of killing Afzal Khan and another one on the battle of Simhagad. Okay, composed, and another one is composed by the Tulsidas. Are the two well-known examples of Pawada, and as we know, they are very famous Pawadas on Shivaji Maharaj. In the British period, Pawadas narrating the stories of Umaji Nayak, Chapekar brothers, Mahatma Gandhi were composed During the Samyukta Maharashtra movement, the Pavadas were used as a medium of creating public awareness. Okay, as we know, a very famous Pavada is on Shivaji Maharaj, and many great leaders which have been we have seen in Maharashtra. So on them the Pavadas has been created. Okay, the very famous about Pavada is, we know about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. What is Pavada? The dramatic narration of the person's biography. Okay, or their their achievements in an inspiring style. Then during the Samyukta Maharashtra movement, the Pavadas have been played a very important role. Then next came is your Marathi theatre. Okay, and if you see how the changes has been done, okay, through pipettes were the dolls we were having where we were narrating the story, and later the bhajans have come where the music has been included. Okay, then musical instruments included. Then after bhajan we had kirtan, after kirtan we had lalit. Okay, then we had tamasha, means where the level of entertainment is been increasing now. Okay, then the technology and the different styles they were using were increasing now. In the Marathi theatre, the theatre is a place devoted to performance, either solo or collectively. Theatre is a place, we know the theatres. Okay, so that is a place exactly where this either you can see a single solo performance or the performance of the collective people. Okay, they are performing the art. The participation of the artist as well as the audience is essential for the successful performance. As we say, khali theatre, it's of no use. Empty theatre is of no use. The participation of both the artists as well as audience is essential for the successful performance. The success story of that drama or the theatre performance will be counted depending on the number of audience which who are going to see that. The theatre comprises several factors. See, exactly when you're performing in a theatre, it has different factors such as script. Script is a story or a theme on which the people should act. Then the director is a person who is directing how the act should be done, how the story should be narrated. Okay, after another which scene should come. Okay, then we have artists are the people who are performing their role. In a story you can come across so many different roles. So artists are the people who are performing the different roles. Then we have makeup, then we have costumes. Okay, then we have stage, then we have art design, the background of the stage, then lighting arrangement, then we have audience, then we have critics. See, the factors are been increasing now. Okay, so earlier in bhajan, bharud, pavada there are no factors like this. Okay, but here in the drama, in the theatre, you have different factors like script, story, the director who direct the thing. Okay, artist, makeup, costume, stage, and etc. Dance and music can also be part of the drama. Okay, a drama is usually enacted with the help of dialogues. However, mime can also be used as a medium of expressions. Mime matlab only with expressions you can say. Okay, the ruler of the Bhosle family of Tanjore were great patrons of drama. Some of the theme had written a few plays and also translated Sanskrit plays. The 19th century saw a great development of the Marathi theatre. Vishnu Das Bhave is known as the father of Marathi theatre. So this you should remember. Who is known as father of Marathi theatre? Vishnu Das Bhave is known as father of Marathi theatre. Okay, Sita Swayamvar was the first play presented by him. Okay, so you should maybe here the question may be asked for the mismatch. Vishnu Das Bhave is known as father of the Marathi theatre, and the Sita Swayamvar was the first play which he presented. The movement started by Vishnu Das Bhave was followed in Maharashtra by historical, mythological, and also light farcical stage plays. Okay, the farcical plays dealt with social issues in the humorous way. Social issues like, during those days, olden days, we had so many social issues like caste system, widow marriage, okay, child marriage, sati paddhati, cleanliness, education, so many. Okay, so after playing the first play Sita Swayamvar, later Vishnudas Bhave has started a movement where the historical, which we like, his about history, mythological, about the god goddess, and also the drama has been played on the social issues in a humorous way. Initially, no written scripts were used. Okay, randomly, then and there, the dialogues used to be delivered. Often, only the lyrics were written down, but the dialogues used to be spontaneous. Okay, there were, like, as we have a script should be perfect. Earlier there was not specific script, only a sketch, a basic sketch used to be there, and the dialogues used to be very spontaneous. Okay, then Vijay Kirtane was the first author who wrote the script of Thorle Madhavrao Peshwe in 1961, and its printed copy was made available. Means, see, nobody earlier, how was it? Randomly, depending on the situation, the artist used to deliver the dialogues. Okay, but later the first person, Vijay Kirtane, is the first author who wrote the script for the Thorle Madhavrao Peshwa, and the script, the script means who will deliver which dialogue. So that was presented for the first time, and the printed copy made available to all artists. Okay, and this was the beginning of the traditional of having complete written script ready before staging a play. See what happens, so this is the better way to play, to have a successful play, when you give a particular dialogue. Okay, so after this dialogue, this will come, okay, this will come. Okay, what if earlier, how they used to do? There were no dialogues, randomly, spontaneously the dialogues used to be delivered. Then the person should have a good sense of humor. Then the concept should not move away from its, the play should not go away from its concept. So there was something hodgepodge kind of thing may happen during those days. But when the Vijay Kirtane has started, from there the beginning of the the beginning has started. The tradition has started by giving the written or the printed script to the people who are playing on the stage. In the later half of the 19th century, Balakrishna Bua then made a special efforts to introduce classical khyal music in Maharashtra. After him, Ustad Alauddin Khan, Ustad Abdul Karim Khan, and Ustad Rahim Khan contributed in a great way. Their efforts helped in developing a taste of classical music among the audience in Maharashtra. See how it was earlier, only in drama the dialogues used to be delivered. Okay, and the changes has been happened. Earlier there was no written script, later the written script has been added, and later the even music has been added in the dramas. Okay, then the efforts been taken by Ustad Alauddin Khan, Ustad Abdul Karim Khan. Okay, their efforts helped in developing a great taste of the classical music among the audience of Maharashtra. Okay, the growing popularity of classical music resulted in the origin of musical Marathi theatre. The musical plays of Kirloskar Mandali became very popular. Okay, so then one more the factor has been added in the Marathi theatre. Earlier we had only script, director, artist, makeup, lighting and everything, and later after these people, when they started giving them musical contribution or classical music contribution, then one more factor is added, that is your musical people. Okay, then Kirloskar Mandali became very popular. Then Sangeet Shakuntal, written by Anna Saheb Kirloskar, earned a great popularity. Another musical play, Sharada, written by Govinda Ballal Dewal, is quite important, as it comments in a humorous style on the evil costume of marrying younger girls. Okay, so that was the very crucial the social issue during those days, olden days. Okay, so even the Marathi theatre has been used to raise the points among different social issues. Also plays such a Mooknayak, written by Shripad Krishna Kolalkar. Sangeet Manapan, then written by Krishnaji Prabhakar Khadilkar, and Ekach Pyala, written by Ram Ganesh Gadkari, are important in the history of Marathi theatre. So these are, we should remember this. Maybe the question can be asked as a mismatch. Okay, then if you see the revolution, earlier we had only a few points. Then later the musical people has been added, and Kirloskar family has become most popular. Then the popular plays written by Acharya Atre, like what is that? Shashtanga Namaskar, Udyacha Sansar, okay, Ghara Baher, etc. So if you see, these all are Marathi dramas. Okay, Acharya Atre has written Shashtanga Namaskar, Udyacha Sansar, then Ghara Baher, etc. helped in the Marathi theatre to sustain through the temporary decline. Okay, the recent plays based on the historical themes, like see, if you see how the changes has been happened. So earlier we were having the mythological, okay, and we had historical, then we have social issues were being presented. Okay, then the different popular plays been written by Acharya Atre, that is your Sashtanga Namaskar, Udyacha Sanskar, and Ghara Baher. Okay, then so these actually helped to sustain the interest of the people in the Marathi theatre, and which helped Marathi theatre to maintain their reputation. Decline means downfalling. So they helped Marathi theatre. It has stopped the downfalling of Marathi theatre. Okay, and remaining things we'll see in the next class. And after the completion of this chapter, so I'll give you the classwork and homework notes. Okay, you can note on that, and if you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.